Well, hello. I guess I'm streaming. I had the strange desire to start up a stream today of Pristontale, which I haven't done now in like I don't know, like 7 months or something like that. Yeah, I'm not the most frequent streamer these days. But yeah, that's mostly just because I had a lot of shit going on in my life right now, and yeah, streaming hasn't been high on the list. Hell, Pristontale just hasn't been high on the list. I've barely played it all over the last year, but I felt like maybe checking out some of the Iv, how you doing? How you doing, man? Good to see you. But yeah, decided fuck it. I'll just play a little Prison Tale tonight. Why not? Don't hate you. I don't hate you, Iv. I would never hate you. Uh there was never, 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 never. But yeah, Prison Tale. I feel like there's a lot I've missed. Feels like the game has changed quite a bit in the time I've been away. I mean, I've been away. Honestly, I've been away and probably in some sense for like 2 years now at this point. It's just not been a long time since I've given too much focus to Pristontale. But figure what the hell, have some fun. I'm not gonna commit to anything. I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna be streaming more often, but I figured why not tonight? I did the setup, got everything going, pulled some shit out of boxes that had been sitting in boxes for months because I just have had no need for it. And now it is all set up. So fuck it. Well, let's get to the game, shall we? Oh, why did my fuck? Ah, God. 1 second. My stupid fucking Stream Deck decided to switch profiles on me. It keeps doing that. Okay. Cool. Why did my camera die again? What keeps happening? Hold, please. Okay. There. Yay. Oh god, the shame wall. I remember those. I remember when we would stream at the same time as the aging event, and then every time somebody broke something, we would add their name to a list on the side of the screen. Good memories, Iv. Good memories. All right. What we're doing. Oops, I forgot which button is my shift key. Yeah, I started this Archer like fucking 8 months ago at this point. I'm a whopping level 15. But yeah, I've just when I've been ever like interested in what's going on with the game, I'll just hop on this character. I don't usually like to hop on my old characters. Mostly just because I don't know. If somebody recognizes me and asks me questions and I don't really feel like answering questions, I just feel like checking stuff out. So I normally try to stay a little hidden when I do pop on, but not right now. All right, so I'm 15. 15 means, God help me out here. That's what's my quest say? Okay, meet Sparrow in Riccarton. Who is Sparrow again? Is that the dude at the boat? I think that's the dude at the boat. Is the map? Yeah, okay, the map shows it's the guy at the boat. Oh man, this is some epic music for walking to fucking Riccarton. That stupid little UI bug that's bothered me since the day we initiated this stuff. Okay. Cool, we got that. So, meet Castle of the Lost Boat Guard. Got it. Take me to Castle of the Lost. Ruinin, I guess. Yeah, it looks like I think Ruinin's level 20, right? Agility 49. Oh, wait, was that even better? Oh, no, it was definitely worse. Okay, so last time I played this character, I just got perforation, so that's going to be nice and helpful. you know, perforation at level 15. I've been away from the game long enough now that getting perforation at level 15 feels weird now. I'm not used to the I've like I like no longer am used to the weird changes that we made to the skill stuff. Okay, what button on this is my there it is. Okay. On top of everything tonight, I'm playing with a keypad that I usually don't play Pristontale with, so I'll be learning as I play. On top of not having played in any sense for like at least a year and a half. Well, that's a new guy. Okay, I gotta turn down the music for myself a little bit here. Oh god. Oh, the souls, that's right. I need to learn how the soul system thing works. I was messing around with it a little bit in the few times that I've played. I'm not 100% familiar with that system yet. Looks cool. It looks cool. The UI feels a little clunky for it, but I mean, we can only do so much on this game's ancient code. Is that also a soul? It is a soul. Oh, okay. Yeah, which button is my switch? Is it this one? No, is it this one? No, is it this one? Fuck off, please. There we go, it's that button. Okay. I really wish I could just play this game with my keyboard, but since my keyboard is not a QWERTY layout, it is very difficult to play this game on my keyboard. So I like have no other option except for oh good, I see my camera died again. Fucking hell. Oh, and I see my Steam Deck broke again. Dude, this is gonna drive me nuts if I don't get this fixed. Alright, camera's going off for the time being. Really annoying. Fadio Force, we'll take that. Oh, what level do I need to be for a Fadio Force? 20? I always forget that, like, Elemental Shot has a little bit of AoE, even though we don't, like, list it as... Right? Is it? Am I crazy? Doesn't it have some AoE if you get the electric version of it? Now I need to test. Of course, now that I'm testing, I don't get the electric version. Alright, fuck it, whatever. Alright, what are we doing? Mana, I want mana, I don't know if I need the stamina. Let's see. Don't need that. That's Assassin Spec, we don't need that. Archer Spec boots. Yeah, we'll take those. Archer Spec. What is my swap weapon? It's that button. Okay. That was Archer? That was Archer. Okay. Okay, we got all that, we got all that, we got all that. Oh, I suppose if my camera's gonna be off, I can turn off this giant bright light shining in my fucking face. Yeah, I have to figure out what the hell's going on with the camera. I was like messing around with it leading up to the stream, and it kept doing the same thing. It was turning off, but then it just like decided to start working randomly. I'm like, okay, well, we'll just go with that. And apparently that didn't last more than 5 minutes, so we're not doing that. Oh well. I am drinking my mana pots. What's my quest? Oh, it was kill 20 skeletons. I'm so distracted by everything right now. That's the thing. Every single time I come back to streaming after a long time of not doing it, it's just, it always is... There's always a learning curve to streaming when you haven't done it in a long time. Because you have to get used to playing a game while engaging with something at the same time. There's always a little bit of an intro, and it's like, since I barely fucking stream ever, every single time I stream, I have to get used to streaming again. Okay. What are we doing? Vengeful Cyclops. Got it. Can you sell? Who can sell? That's somebody on the boat, right? Okay. You, get rid of you. Don't need you anymore. I guess I'm just going to consume these souls. I don't know. Maybe I do something differently with them. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. I'll just consume for now to get them out of my inventory. We should be good. We are really lacking in the mana department. That I would like to have, but I'm sure we'll get some drops. Oops, I never turned the game audio on. My bad. The learning. I had to dig so deep in some of my boxes to find my streaming shit. Which ironically, then I ended up barely using any of the streaming shit that I pulled out of boxes since I'm not using the camera anymore. But whatever. I got it set up for later. So, I have an idea. So I was thinking to myself, I think this was like last week or 2 weeks ago or something. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I would like to play Pristontale on stream again. Because, you know, it's a game I enjoy streaming. But the problem I have with Pristontale at this point in time is just streaming Pristontale isn't enough. It's just not interesting enough for me. I'll do it tonight just because I'm just kind of getting used to streaming, but for the most part, just streaming Pristontale, unless there's got to be some kind of focus. There's got to be some kind of goal. So I have this really crazy idea of streaming Pristontale while basically having certain things happening on my computer at the same time. So some of the initial things that I've set up, and I can't really show them yet, but some of the things I have set up is, like, every time I use a potion, this is just an example of what it would be. Anytime I use a potion, I use 3 potions at the same time instead. So you can get a kind of an idea of what I'm kind of thinking. So this kind of system where, as I'm playing the game, random shit happens, and then the goal is to try to hit a certain level without dying. I've got a whole bunch of ideas for things that are gonna happen while I'm playing the game, and, like, the thing that's happening will change every few minutes. I have a bunch of code written up for it, and it's honestly kind of ready to go. I just need to come up with more ideas for things that get in the way of the gameplay. But that was an idea I had to maybe make streaming Pristontale a little bit more interesting again, but we'll see. Did I hit my... No, I did not. Good old Pristontale. Don't play for years, and yet I can still just, like, autopilot the moment I get back. It's like... I have this same feeling with some games. So, Pristontale is a game that I can just pick up and just play, like, absolutely normally the second I start playing. The other game I can do that with is Halo 3, or, like, basically any Halo, but especially Halo 3, because I played so many thousands of hours of that game that the moment I pick up the game and the moment I start moving around, I can recall everything. I know exactly how to do everything in that game. It is just ingrained into my DNA at this point. Exactly what I have to do when playing the game. Like, there's little glitches you can do in Halo where you, like, fake reload your gun and just make it, like, spaz out, and I can just do that instantly without even like any practice or anything. Just doop doop. I know the exact timing to do it. And it's just crazy to me how I haven't played Halo 3 seriously in fucking 10 years. Is it more than that? See, 2007. So I probably stopped playing it like 2010. So, oh, fucking hell, that's 15 years. I hate getting old. God. Yeah, I want to talk about feeling like getting old. I think my first streams of Pristontale were 4 years ago, which is just crazy to me that it was that long ago already. Time has just warped by at just an amazing speed the last few years. Which is funny, because I, like, at the same time as I feel like these have been some of the longest years of my life, they've actually also been some of the shortest. But that's how life goes. Undead Greven, rarity legendary. Oh, Undead Greven Soul, rarity. So what are the... I guess, I don't know if there's anybody here to even answer the question, but I need to figure out what the rarity does with these souls. Like, what does that change? Does it change, like, the quantity that you get from them? I don't know. I don't really understand this system. I do love that there's, like, a passive system, though. This was something that on the development side of things, I was hoping for something like this for a long time. Some kind of thing that allowed you to have passives. But specifically the thing that I really wanted was not so much the passives as much as it was having a tree system that forced you down a path. So the soul thing, I don't even know what the button is for it. H? Nope. L? Nope. U? Nope. I? Nope. M? Nope. That wouldn't be it. J? Nope. Yeah, I don't remember what key it is. K? Nope. But anyway, it sends you down oh, hey, Christmas event. It sends you down trees depending on what you want to focus on, and that was always something I wanted to push for, was incorporating trees into Pristontale in some way, shape, or form. Because that's kind of always been a problem that Pristontale's had from a design standpoint, is that there are no trees. So any person can pick any skill at any time to use, which, you know, you can think of as an interesting feature, or, you know, it's a unique feature compared to a lot of games. But what it runs into is, like, it's very hard to balance. Like, you can think of a world where you could balance a couple of skills, what am I trying to say? So you can make it so that people can't have, like, a high level of two different skills. They would have to commit to one or the other skill. That way balancing becomes easier, because you don't have to worry about what if somebody has both of the skills. Okay. Got that. We're at 61 right now. Oops, I switched skills. I am out of mana. I don't know how often this has ever happened to me in Pristontale EU. Very, very rare. This is oh, there we go. Give me that. It's this perforation. It just drinks mana. It's always just been a skill that it's so fast. Here, I need to switch off of, I need to switch my primary off of that to try to save my mana for, multi-target. Alright, I should be close, right? 77? Okay. Okay. Cool. We are done with this quest. Hey, more mana. Second. Something. Okay, what are we doing? We have... Oh, sweet. Server-wide MP regen buff. Yeah, I could use that. Apparently, I'm struggling with the mana right now. What's our next thing? Ruinin Village. Okay, so this is the one where you have to walk up to Ruinin, right? Let's grab some stam. Oops. Let's see. Map. There. Yeah, I've hopped on a few times in the last year or so. I hopped on, what was it? A couple weeks ago. I actually went on to my, one of my 10x automechs and just did a couple quests in ET, which was fun. It was basically I was trying to see, because that automech is pure, and like when I say pure, I mean like super fucking pure. Oh, I gotta get my alert centered. Theink? Thank you for the follow. Hopefully I said that right. Yeah, so I tried my 10x automech out. I just wanted to see what changes had happened in regards to balancing when it comes to pure related stuff. And yeah, I was getting my ass kicked. That's definitely, fuck off. I gotta go talk to someone. Fuck off. Yeah, I was hurting. I was definitely taking hits, so. But also, I'm a little out of practice since, you know, I haven't really done much in the game for a very long time. And just hopping into the game for the first time in basically a year and going straight to a pure automech is not exactly a simple task. One day I'll play a character that's not a archer or an automech. But that's not today. Let's see here. We did that. So now solo, kill 200 critics, deliver it. Okay, so it's this quest. I remember this one. 320 in a party. Can't guarantee I'm going to get a party right away, so we'll do the H quest. I should be able to get a party. The classic Ruinin party. See, how many people do we got? We got a few people here. Oh wow, we got a double priestess. Gonna get a party? Am I gonna get a party? Do people speak English? All right, we're just gonna go to our own thing. I mean, party's universal. I don't care what language you speak. You know what party is. Back when I played on a Filipino server for a brief period of time, like, I can't remember exactly what it was that I would ask, but I just remember I would ask. I couldn't speak the language, but I could ask for a party. So my brief period of time on a Filipino server, that was quite the story. Okay, I hate fighting in this spot. Let's see. Let's go to the double yellow. and pray that more mana drops. Probably could party up with someone else too, but eh. Boy, items with high rarity sure do drop a lot these days. That's good to see. Yeah, that was always a... I don't know. That was always a tough one. It's like, how often do you want to drop high rarity gear? And when we first introduced the rarity system, we did not drop it nearly enough. We definitely were very careful about implementing such a big new system, which made sense. Honestly, I mean, it was scary. From a development side of things, it was a very scary update to do to the game, because it was a huge change to how things work. And it's like you're introducing a ton of power creep when you introduce the rarity system, just because of the amount of extra damage and stuff you would get, and the amount of extra stats you get from all the other gear. So, like, yeah, we were really hesitant at first to give out high rarity gear. But as time has gone on, as the game balance has adapted, now, you know, it's reached a point. I mean, rarity has been in the game now for what, probably 3+ years at this point. That the game is used to it. The game can handle those changes. But there was a time. There definitely was a time when it was scary. I'll always remember this. This is a story I'll always remember about item rarity. So I had just finished most of the code stuff related to it. I had just finished making up all of my initial drop rate percentages and whatnot for the initial rarity system. And me and Chaos were in a call. It was like, hey, let's just get on our own, you know, little test server right here, and let's just kill some things in low-level maps, and let's just see what we get for rarity. And so, you know, we're just killing things, blah, 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 blah. Within literally, like, 5 minutes, an epic drops. And you have to understand, when we first put out rarity, epics were not supposed to drop that often, like, at all. It was supposed to be a fairly rare item still at that point. We're talking, like 1 an hour, if that, maybe even higher than that. And so when that happened, when that epic dropped, we were like, what the fuck is going on? Are the numbers wrong? So we just, like, we're sitting there doing stuff for like another hour, trying to see if we could get another one to drop, and another one didn't drop. We just got super lucky this, like, one random time. That was funny though. Yeah, that was definitely a scary day when we launched that. No response. What's up? Hey, thanks. I've also got a YouTube stream going over. YouTube stream has no music, at least if the setup is still right. The YouTube stream should have no music, and then the Twitch stream has music. Oh, where am I at on this? I have killed one. Good. Making good progress. Jesus, those methods fucking just hit you all of a sudden. Oh, I can probably use that. Can I use that Fadio yet? The Fadio Force? Yeah, I can. Sure. I mean, you can ask me. I don't know if I'll have an answer, but you can ask. I have no connection to the development of this game anymore, so if it's a development question, I will have no answer. Creative question? Sure. Oh, hey, we got a Santa. Need to get more stamina. Dude, I am just drinking the potions on this character. I'm gonna complain to Verberin. As soon as I get off, I'm sending him a message. Need to lower that cost of perforation, because this shit is expensive. What's up, Exeth? How you doing? Good to see ya. Yeah. Decided to play some Pristontale tonight. No particular reason. I don't know. I was just staring at my computer. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Well, I could stream. Then I spent like a solid hour setting stuff up, and I had the camera going when this thing started, and then my camera decided to just not fucking work, so. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Life has been, you know, ups and downs as always, but, you know, overall, I would definitely say overall doing a lot better. Oh, someone's got a Flygon and Ruinin. Hell yeah. Let's see here. So we need potions. Where is potion? That's you, right? Oh, control monsters instead of humans would be cool. Mods would be the BC soul. Interesting. Interesting. How would that? That would be my fear. My initial thought of that idea is that there wouldn't be enough unique mobs to fight, because we don't really have that many models of things like the BC soldiers, right? There's what, like 4 different versions of it? And then, I mean, I guess you could include the guards and stuff. I don't know if they have an attack animation. I guess we don't have a guard in the city, do we? But the guards that are over at, like, the door, I don't know if they have attack animations, but... So that would be my biggest fear, is that you just wouldn't have very much, mob diversity. Yeah, reskin and color, I mean... Reskin and color only gets you so far. Honestly, that's probably one of the biggest problems that a private server is gonna run into at some point, is that at some point you run out of stuff to... What am I trying to do right now? I'm like talking and losing track of who... Where the fuck is the potion person? Yeah, there we go. Second here. I want to get another 15 of these. One of the problems you run into on a private server is that a lot of your content, when you're making new stuff, you're pulling from like new KPT maps and stuff like that, right? What they do on Pristontale EU, I think typically, I guess I can't really speak for everything, but from my understanding is, like with the latest map, they took stuff from KPT and then modified it to fit the theme they were going for on Pristontale EU. But the main thing that we're not really doing on these private servers is creating content from scratch. Usually it's taking something that already exists and modifying it to match the thing that you're going with. At least that's my understanding of what we're doing. Again, no longer on the development team. I only know from like questions that I've asked. But that kind of gets you around for so long. But eventually you're going to run out of content because, you know, it's still a 25-year-old game. God, I can't believe I have to say 25 now. When I started streaming this game, it was only 20. And the NPC's like, do you remember the Aging Elder? Oh, yeah, Wanted Morith? Good old Wanted Morith events? Oh, I love Wanted Morith events. Yeah, I mean, you'd have some dudes to choose from, but I just feel like it would definitely lose its, it could only last so long. You know, you'd maybe have, what, 4 or 5 maps worth of mobs, really, at the most, even if you do kind of like some reskins and slight redesigns and whatnot. So that would be my fear. It could be a cool concept. I almost wonder if you could do something like that, but instead of it being an MMO, you have it be like some kind of more like single player style thing, where like your goal is to like invade invade Riccarton or something. Like, because like the whole story of Pristontale, right, is that you're fighting to keep away the monsters from taking over Riccarton and taking over Palai, and that we're like fighting back the monsters that have taken over the world. So like, what if you had like a single player game where the goal is to take over the world? You play as the monster. So that's kind of what you're saying. But what if you instead twisted it around that way? And then if you make it into like more of a single player game, then you could get away with having less maps and stuff of content, because it could just be like, I don't know, I'm not sure. There would be a whole lot of game design that you would have to go into this to like actually work something out. But there could be something there, if maybe you did it that way. So it's an interesting idea though. Gears of War Horde mode? Yeah, so that's actually kind of what I was thinking of when I was thinking of the single player mode, was like a Horde mode style thing. Close the gate instead of hosting 2 guards? No, see, they don't even need the guards. They have the ultimate defense. The mobs can't even walk into the town. So I don't even know why we're fighting anything. We've already got the perfect security. And then Palai has nothing to worry about. You can't even directly get there. You have to go through a teleporter. Damn, these treants, they are, they fucking, they take a long time to kill. Yeah, when GMs would just do random shit. Yeah, the one I'll always remember is EPT. Like, there was just like a boss event, and you just went into the Garden of Freedom, and a GM was there, just spawning bosses, and people had to fight bosses. And I think I was like 6X at the time. This was EPT, original EPT, I don't know, 2005. I went in as like mid 6X, and I think I had like 70% XP or something like that. I lost all my XP. I went all the way down to the base of that level, which, you know, if you know from playing during that time period, that means I lost a lot of time. A lot of hours of gameplay was lost doing that. But it was a lot of fun, because it was just like seeing these bosses that I'd never seen before. I think my highest level character at the time was like 7X something. So that was cool. Yeah, the random ass events they would do were always fun. God, I like streamer PT because it brings back these memories that I like just have mostly pushed out of my mind at this point. I think honestly, and this is kind of a downer thing to talk about, but honestly, one of the worst things I feel like I ever did kind of was put so much time and effort into Pristontale EU. Like, don't get me wrong, I love that I did it. But one of the things it's done to me is it's kind of ruined a little bit of the nostalgia that I had for Pristontale. I definitely don't feel super nostalgic about the game anymore, because it became a job basically for so long. Oh, we got person dropping shit. Did they just drop or was that my stuff? I don't know. I'm just so not paying attention to what's happening out here. So yeah, so that's honestly been a little sad for me that the game kind of became that for me. I mean, it's not like I don't know. My responsibilities on the game, it's not like I was ever a, you know, paid employee or something and like had to put in hours or whatever or anything like that. I didn't. It was all volunteer. But still, just like the stress of it was still there. You know, every time there was a new update, being afraid that, you know, things that I made might break. Hell, there was the one time that things I made did break. I don't know how much this is known for when this happened. So one of the last like big updates that I did, which I think has been completely removed from the game at this point, but one of the last ones I did was the Pure update, where I tried to come up with this scaling system that would make Pure more of a viable option. And on the very first day of that season, my formula actually ended up making an underflow. I think it's called an underflow error. With the with the damage numbers. So if you set your character up a specific way, you would have, 1 second, I gotta get some, you would have infinite damage, essentially, and you would just one-shot everything. So, some people found that out, and this was on the very first day of the season that you could do that, and they were just destroying things. We had to shut the whole server down. I had to make a emergency fix and send it out. When I realized what the error I made in my code, it was just the stupidest thing. It was like one simple thing. It was like I needed to add a 1 to something, and I didn't do it. And then that fixed it all. But that was fun. So those are the kind of things that you're always just so nervous about during when big releases come out. All right, let's kill this fucking mimic, shall we? I'd like to control a Guardian Saints, and yeah, I mean, that would be really cool. Yeah, I think doing something like that would be really, really cool. That's the bug Phantom found playing his mech. I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember exactly. I think a lot of people found it. It was, or a lot of people figured it out at the time. And we were just like, oh, okay, yeah, we gotta shut down everything. I think it was probably like season 5. I think season 5 was the last season that I was like really involved with, which sounds crazy because we just finished what, season 10? Well, that was worth my time. All right, there's definitely going to be a long message to Verbrin. after this play session. I'm just gonna send him a link to the YouTube video and just be like, why is my mana situation so bad? What's going on here, Verb? I guess I don't have a third eye? Is that what's doing it? I guess that could be. Did sink an almost unhealthy amount of hours into a passion project that wasn't even your own. Yeah. But I still, yeah, I mean, it technically wasn't my own, and I always knew that any work that I did is technically, like, now going to be, is not mine, is going to be owned by, you know, Chaos, essentially, but, you know, it was always a good group. I always felt like the development team was always kept things in the best of mind. One of my conditions basically always for when I was working on stuff was I don't want anything I make to become some kind of pay to win thing. That was always a big deal for me. Hopefully things have stayed that way, but that was always something I would fight for. What would you do to solve the classic MMO problem that Priston doesn't escape early and mid game better than late game? I think Pristontale. So are you saying Pristontale's early game is good? Is that kind of what you're saying? Because I would argue that Pristontale's early game is good, but I think there's a reason why we think Pristontale's early game is good. But before I get into that, just to clarify, I think Pristontale specifically has a fun early game. Just because there was a lot. One of the things about Pristontale EU especially, so like, you know, majority of private servers, early game sucks. They just skip early game. They're just like, oh, well, this is pointless. We don't want to do it. But Pristontale EU, unlike, I think, every other server, unless there's something new that I don't know about, put like a substantial amount of time balancing the early game, setting up the early game, making sure the early game is like, as a process, just goes smoothly. You know, giving AoE skills at a lower level. Oh my god, I'm about to die. Decoys, always with those distance hits. I am out of stamina for like the 50th fucking time. But yeah. Exactly. 8x the end of it. Yeah. Yeah, I think one of the things that, yeah, so there's a couple things. So I think Pristontale EU especially, early game is a lot of fun just because there's been a lot of time and effort put into making it work well. But I think the other thing that we cannot forget is that there's a lot of nostalgia around early game in Pristontale because the experience rates when we played the game as kids was so bad. We spent so much time in these early levels that being back in those early levels just scratches the itch scratches the itch for people. And so I think that Pristontale especially kind of has a special place in terms of that compared to a lot of MMOs. I feel like so I've been watching a lot of people playing WoW Classic, the hardcore thing that people have been doing on Twitch right now. It's just because it's been entertaining. I wasn't a huge WoW person, but it's been entertaining to watch people play it. And I feel like there's a similar feeling to like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. To like early game Pristontale, where a lot of people are, getting a lot of nostalgia on WoW just from reliving those early levels. So, it's not just Pristontale where we've had that, but Pristontale definitely, that's a big thing for holding people. What even level am I at? I am 22. I could have, at this point, I could have gotten another skill and whatever. I'm having fun. We're not playing optimal tonight. We're just shooting shit and talking. Give me that mana. So has there been a big influx of players lately? I feel like I've been hearing some things that there's been a lot more players around. And Rickarton looks packed, but I never know if Rickarton being packed really means that much these days because of offline shops, because that obviously changed a bit about how the Rickarton in Poli looks. So. Imagine a clan of Cyclops against a clan of Goblins in PvP. That would be something to see, that's for sure. That would be interesting. Oh, yes! So I made this playlist that we're listening to, and it's just a bunch of video game shit. We reached the Pristontale song in my playlist. Hell yeah. You don't get that feeling playing Classic. I played a little bit of Classic. My problem is I didn't actually really, well, I started playing WoW during Cataclysm. So I never got I am out of stamina. Dear Lord God. I played during Cataclysm, so I thought about playing when they got to Cataclysm during Classic, but I was like, you know what? I don't really need to go back to WoW. I'm good. I come back to WoW every once in a while. Like I leveled up a character to max level. Actually, I leveled up 2 characters to max level during the latest expansion. I had fun with it, but to me, WoW, and this is going to sound ridiculous, but to me, WoW is a single-player game. Back when I was younger, sure, I would group up and do shit, but nowadays, I just don't have the energy to group up with people. I just want to level up a character on my own and move on from there. You started the day early. When WoW was super popular, I was playing Pristontale. Let's see here, what do I got? Do I have any? There we go, we have a couple more stamina. Oh, we finished the quest. 2005. You realize, XF, that we are just like a month and a half away from that being 20 years ago. I'm sure you didn't need me to remind you of that. Oh, hey, why? Skull beads, but they're purple? Or purple, but it's skull beads? Okay, we gotta go do more shit. We need one more treant. Do we have enough stamina just floating around? No. Alright, we gotta go get more stamina. Well, of there are that. Yeah. Yup. It's like a few years ago, I started getting like some vision issues. And, I was in denial about it. I was like, oh, no, it's just something that's, just happened. It's nothing. It's not, it's something I can fix, blah, 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 blah. No, I've come to the realization, no, I'm just fucking old now. My vision's just not as good as it used to be. I've just had to come to that reality at this point in time. But yeah, that's life. That is life. Let's sell some shit. Archer spec, kite shield. I think I had a kite shield, right? Yeah, 106, 6.3. Yeah, well, yeah, I'll get you a cane. Isn't that true, dude? A mech spec elven javelin. Hell yeah. We're gonna put this on. We're not gonna use it, but we're gonna put it on just because I want to. Light spec shield, archer spec boots. Are those better? I can't remember the levels. Yeah, that's 20. Agility 51. Yeah, those are better. Priestess spec skull beads, purple. Are those two priestesses still hanging around? I don't know. Like, maybe I just go drop those by them. Don't need that anymore. Don't need that. Can I just sell? Wait, why did it just pop all the PvP oh, rank reset. Yes! It still says rank resetted. Hell yes. Broken English for the win. Alright, we're just getting rid of these. I just don't even want to use them. Just leave my existence, please. So did you quit right before it went pay to play? XF? I'm sure I've asked you this question many years ago, but it's been so long. Yeah, okay. I started like right after, or like relatively close to when pay to play started to be a thing. Let's see. We'll get some health potions. We'll get like 25 of those bad boys. And oh no, we didn't need that. Oh well, whatever. Be fine. I'm gonna buy like 50 stamina. You had to get our non-Korean accounts flagged so we can play 24/7. That's hilarious. That's funny. Flagged not to be, yeah, because they had limits, right? And then you had to like, I remember people trying to make like Korean KPT accounts and shit, and like you needed like a Korean social security number or something like that, whatever they call it, or like some ID number. Here's the storage. There's probably an image of my old ID. Wow. That's crazy. If you're soul farming during prime server reset time, you need Jesus. I have no idea. Dude, I do not understand anything. It's like a whole new world now. Okay, so we need one more of those stupid... Oh, I should have turned that in. I have to go to Ricarton, that's right, for that one. Alright, well, so we'll kill one more of these treant dudes, and then, we'll, go turn this quest in. That's crazy. I remember, so it wasn't Pristontale, but there was another game that I played by Masongsoft called Space Cowboy Online was what it was called back in the day. Then it got changed to Ace Online. For a brief period of time, it was called Flysis. It went through a whole rebrand a couple times. But anyway, I remember that in order to buy cash for that game, because I wanted to buy a mark, which was like a thing that would float above my character's head. The way I got coins for that game was I literally mailed the company cash. They had an option where you could literally mail them cash. And I used that option to get money for the game. I did it one time. I think I sent them like $20 or something. It's just, I think about it now and it's just crazy. Literally mailing somebody cash. But it worked. It took like, I don't know, a week or two or something, but I had coins in my account. All right, we finally finished that mission. Jesus. It was like 30 minutes. I mean, to be fair, I was only taking 2 yellows. But then again, 2 yellows is more monsters than 1 red. So, yeah, I don't know. Sanctuary of Darkness. We're gonna go tour the entrance to Sanctuary of Darkness because I think I've talked about this on stream before, but I am so fucking happy that we ended up actually getting that added to the game. Because this was my idea. I'm taking credit. Well, I'm taking credit for the idea. I'm not taking credit for the implementation. The implementation was Nacion, who did the modeling and stuff for it, but we're gonna go check it out anyway, just because I'm so happy that this actually got added after I was suggesting it. But yep, this is just because it makes so much sense, right? Doesn't it just make so much sense? I mean, if you look at the wait, we have an actual in-game map now. Oh, am I gonna be able to get over there? Yeah. Well, this isn't gonna help because it doesn't show. Why does it not show DS? Well, anyway, if you think about where DS is located, where it's like between Beehive Cave and Mushroom Cave, it would be somewhere over here, right? So we're like, well, why don't we just put a doorway right there for it? And then Nacion modeled this all up. It looks fantastic. I love how it all came out. Anyway, I'm just always happy about that every time I come back to the game. Though I will admit, there is some nostalgia in doing, like, the walk to DS. That's probably... Honestly, I probably spent more time... When it comes to higher level maps, I probably spent more time in DS than any other map during, like, my original playing of Pristontale. Oh, shoot. I should probably not have gotten rid of all those crystals. Yeah, whatever. We'll be fine. Okay, so 60 methods, Hopgob decoy, yep. Meat. Did I break the quest? I might have broken the quest chain or something. I don't know. Okay. Warp Gate Wing 2. Okay, thank you. Alright, it's nighttime. No, it's not nighttime. It's gonna be nighttime a little bit. Let's try to work on the, rank up quest. Didn't like buy level 2, no. We need to go back to bamboo. Oh, we got an experience up. Sure, why not? Here, we can use our pet system. What's pet? K? Yeah, K. My pet will be named Sup. Okay, bamboo forest. What time is it? It is 2 o'clock. What time does it spawn? It's like 8 o'clock? 8 p.m., right? I think that they did start spawning. They'll do the normal thing and just chill here. Okay, so I killed all these things for a reason. So, and I'm sure I've talked about this on stream before, but whatever. We're having nostalgia for Pristontale EU in this stream today. The very first thing I worked on from a development standpoint on Pristontale EU was this. Picking up gold in an area and then having that little thing, the little text thing on the side pop up. So the gold pickup was all done by Ironfish. I'm not sure if he still works on the game at all, but he was the one who like did that part of it. But I did that little graphic with the gold thing floating up from the side, because it was like when we designed it, we're like, okay, we need some kind of feedback for the user to know that they picked up gold, right? So instead of just having the sound thing, we want to actually say like a quantity that you picked up. So anyway, just more Pristontale EU development nostalgia while we're running through these lower levels. Ding. Ding. Because what were we debate? I can't, oh god, I'm trying to remember now. Jesus Christ, it was so many years ago. We were like, we needed some kind of solution to the gold problem, because there was just so much gold drops on the ground, and it was just such a pain in the ass to pick them all up. And we were like debating on different approaches on how to do it. One of them was like reduce the number of gold drops, but increase the quantity that happens. But in the end, it was just like, well, what if we just had an area of effect pickup instead? So it makes it a little bit less of a pain in the ass to pick them up. And then you still get the good feeling of like seeing all this stuff drop and being able to pick it all up. So that was what we ended up deciding on. And I just think it was absolutely the correct call. When I've played other servers since then, and it's rare that I played another server, but I did try out one or two in the years since, they didn't have gold area pickup, and that instantly was like, I was like, holy shit, this sucks. I hate picking up gold individually. I got so used to area pickup. See, we're just gonna farm potions here, I guess. Time is it? 6:30. Let's see. Let's get the big map up. There's some other Pristontale EU development memories. Like I said, I've put all this stuff out of my mind for at least a year and a half now, just because there's just been so much shit going on, and I've also had to put a lot more focus on my actual job, the one that pays me, which fortunately that job is going a lot better now that I've given more time to it and whatnot. But yeah, God, I gotta really delve deep into the memories to think about shit from this game. Oh, we got an epic. Ooh, epic cross. That actually might be an improvement for me. Well, oh no, it's mech spec. Oh, you bastard mechs. Stupid auto mechs, they shouldn't even exist. Now that's a memory. That's a memory that I have for Pristontale. This was original EPT, 2005, maybe 2006, and walking around Riccarton, and then I was like, is that a mech with a bow? What the fuck is that? And I was so confused. And it was this dude, at one point I remembered his name. I've definitely forgotten it at this point, but it was this guy with a +6 Titan bow, is what he had on his back. And I was just, that day I was just like amazed. I was like, you can do that? You can play a mech with a bow? And I was so fascinated by it that like literally the next day I started my auto mech. And yeah, it was so cool. So it was, what's funny then thing happened was that that +6 Titan bow eventually made its way to me because we were the only 2 auto mechs on the server. So I had that +6 Titan bow on my mech, and I recently, I say recently, but this was years ago at this point. I recently had my EPT account unbanned, because that's a whole other story, and I can get to that. But I had my EPT account unbanned because the Jesus, this story is going in 5 different directions. But my EPT account got unbanned because the former GM of EPT like heard me talk about it on a stream or something at one point. But anyway, he unbanned me, and I went on that character for the first time in, you know, 15 years, probably more. And the +6 Titan bow was still there on my mech, and I was just like, oh my god, this is beautiful. +6 mech spec Titan bow from fucking 2005. I was so happy to see it. Okay, it's almost time, right? 10:51. Tangenting, it's the best. Yeah, there's too many things that need to be explained in that story to fully grasp it. All right, here we go. Now I do have the quest and stuff, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was so cool. It was just like okay, oh no, I think I know when the GM for EPT was on the Pristontale EU Discord for whatever reason. He was on our Discord, and I was talking in the Discord chat about how my EPT account was banned. And I don't know how did he find, oh, he figured out who I was because I said my character name. And so he just sends me like a friend invite and sends me a chat on Discord, and he's like, "Hey, I just unbanned your account." I was just like, "What?" Wasn't even asking to get it unbanned. I was like, that account is long gone at this point. But yeah, he unbanned it. Apparently, since I wasn't banned for doing anything wrong. I was banned because I swapped servers. So because it was a swap server thing, he could unban me without a problem. And so I was like, okay, well, I have to log on and I have to check out my characters then. And yeah, it was cool. Of course, I logged onto the game and it was dead. It was just, it wasn't a soul playing. But it was cool. Very, 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 very nostalgic. God, remember when we used to do this quest way back in the day, and like the only feedback you got if you got the item was you would have to go in here, you'd have to check out your quest items tab. And you have to be like, oh, did I get it? So nice getting the feedback. Alright, there we go. Rank up 2 completed. Let's get the fuck out of here. Why did I just get given a... What? What is going on? Why did I just get given a Dryad robe? Reward. Rounded armor Dryad robe. What the fuck? I guess were people getting to this level without, like, relevant gear? And so as, like, a last-ditch effort to try to catch people up, we decided to just, like, mass give a bunch of items that are all level 20. That must be... That just sounds like something Verbrin would push for. Absolutely sounds like something he would push for. I don't need this, though, right? No, I don't. I definitely don't need the... Oh, is there a skill I can pick up? Ooh, Arrow of Rage. This will be my first experience with primal skills. Oh, did I... Wait, did it just give it to me? Okay, I guess it just gave it to me. Alright, so let's put this on, I guess let's put this on F2. Okay. Oh, this is where the other shit went. It went on my other page. Got it. Cool. Strength 35. We don't need that. That was mech spec. We can get all this. That actually I could probably use, huh? Yeah, that's a definite improvement. We got this Mystic Crystal. Oh man, we could relive I'm not sure how many people are even watching to do it, but we could relive an old Ash Pristontale EU stream thing and have a who can guess the Mystic Crystal spawn. That was a classic. So back when I was first streaming many years ago, we would like I would say a majority of my streams when I first started streaming were in Iron 2 because at the time you would like level in Iron 2 for ages. Like all throughout 9X you would level in Iron 2. This was before we started like balancing things around, like making it so people would switch between what maps they were in and like progress through maps. This was before those times on Pristontale EU. So you would level up in Iron 2 from like level 85 to level, dude, what, 98? Did we? No. 95? When was Lost Island? Yeah, 95. I think it was to 95 you would do it, right? Because yeah, Lost Island is 95 and Lost Temple is 98. I'm remembering. God, I'm delving into my memories here. But anyway, so you would play there until 95. So you'd be there for 10 levels, and those were some long levels. And so back in those days, Mystic Crystals would drop like crazy in Iron 2. I don't know why. This was before we redid all the drops, but they would drop like crazy. So every time one of those would drop, we would have a thing in chat. It would be like, who can guess what's going to spawn for the Mystic Crystal? And if you guessed it right, you were gifted a sub. That was a fun little thing. Let's we can do that. All right. I'm spending all my fucking money keeping my stamina supply. All right, so we are on 60 methods. It's nice to see Ruin with. Oh, it's because people are farming. Well, no, not necessarily. I was gonna say it must be because people are farming the souls thing, but no, there's only a couple higher level people here. Those people are all farming souls. It's a little unfortunate. I mean, it's cool seeing people in the lower maps, but it's just like a little bit unfortunate that like me as the level that's supposed to be here, like, oh well, I guess I'm not taking any of the hell spawns. Vengeful Saint ended in Ruin Village. What? I don't know what a Vengeful Saint is. That's like a PvP thing, right? This was after my time. Well, we'll go back to our little spawn thing over here. What level are we? 24. Okay, so we've only got one more level to go, and then we'll head over to Cursed Land. Okay, so did that skill even do any damage? Somebody explain to me what a primal skill is supposed to do, because it's not doing any damage. Gotcha. Yeah, I feel like that would be something I would do too. XF. I mean, there were times when there was events that would go on, where I would, like, Christmas event, especially. I would farm the Christmas event with, like, a bunch of Spark mechs. And, like, you know, put on Spark Shield and sit in spawns and sit in, like, 4 different spawns. There were times when I did streams where I had, like, 4 Pristontale windows up on stream. And I was just farming multiple things. But I would only do that if I'm not getting in the way of people, like, actually playing the game. Because I would just feel super, I don't know, I feel weird doing that. I enjoy doing those. It was so stupid. It was just like, I had so many mechs and I would just camp them in, I would just camp them at spawns and just get all the drops in the world. It was fun though. Alright, let's do some of these Sereno forces. Okay, so what am I not understanding about primal seals here? Is it... Oh, okay, so that time it did do damage. Alright, I don't know why the first 2 times it didn't do damage. Did get quite a few visits from Fluffy. Is Fluffy, sorry, you gotta bear with me here. Is Fluffy a GM? I don't remember. The name kind of sounds familiar. Okay. I think that they must have become a GM like right around the time I was leaving or something, because that does sound a little familiar. Oh yeah, there were many a nights I would hop on my GM character and just do some AFK checking on people. Yeah, but I'm sure it's a lot worse now. Yeah. Yeah, there was always people that you knew were didn't really had to worry too much about. You might still check every now and then just to make sure, but it would always be that way. Oh, what you said a little while ago, XF, I'd forgotten to comment on it. Yeah, they did ruin my uniques. You're right. That is something that actually really does bother me about changes that they've made to the game since I left. They absolutely, completely, and totally ruined the whole concept I had behind the unique things. I'm glad they still exist, but, like, the intent of the uniques was not to necessarily just have a good weapon at low level. The intent was to have something that was weird at low level. Like, for example, the Sagittarius that had attack speed 10 instead of attack speed 8. Like, the whole purpose of it was to do weird shit. But I guess weird shit is hard to balance, and weird shit is hard to sell to people as, like, interesting. So, like, I get it, but yeah. That's always made me a little sad. Now they're just, like, really, really, really overpowered weapons. Man, that Arrow of Rage, I mean, I guess what's happening is probably the lag. Like, it's hitting the spot that the monsters aren't. Would be my guess as to what's happening, but still, annoying. Let's see. Just tank for a moment here. Yeah, I think that might be what's happening. What's the area of effect on it? It's only 80? That's probably why. I assume that scales up quite heavily as you level it up. Let's see, how do I... Yeah, that's right, you can preview it this... no, it does not scale up. Yeah, the run... I mean, the run speed... Like, that was like my... Yeah, now I'm getting frustrated. That was the whole point of it, was to give you that bonus run speed, because it was meant to be this item that... Because if you're playing an archer optimally, you're weapon swapping all the time, right? Every time you're about to take a hit, you weapon swap. So it was meant to be this thing that you would weapon swap to and give you that little boost of speed to get away, and then you'd swap back to your main weapon. Ugh. God. That was the goal. That was the dream. And then it got removed. Now when I send the VOD of this stream to Verb to bug him about the stamina drop rate, now he's gonna listen to me bitching about the unique changes. Chaos did share with me that it looks like we have some new Brazilian like content creator people making content for PTU, which is really cool. I actually watched a bunch of the videos just because I was curious. Of course, I had to watch them with the translation thing, which was painful. It was very hard for the translator to keep track of what was being said, but still, they were really. It was actually like some well-produced videos. Which for Pristontale EU is not always a wrong thing. Dude, what are you doing? You looking for a party? Just ask. Just gotta ask, my man. Something I don't know. I've always wanted to kind of delve a little bit more into like actually making YouTube content, not just throwing up VODs of my streams or like stuff, but I don't know. I just don't know what to talk about. I don't know. I've always thought about doing it, but I've just never been able to commit the time and energy to do it. Which is funny, because some of my most viewed content on YouTube to this day is the videos I've done where I've, like, talked about a build. Which I find so funny that people are still watching those videos, because those builds are so irrelevant. I mean, they were irrelevant, like, 3 years ago. Like, some of them are like, oh, here's an archer build for level 90 or something like that. That archer build stopped being relevant when Skills 2.0 came out. And that was, like, 2021. But yet there's still people watching it, and it's like my most viewed video like every week, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, everybody. Oh, I got the Christmas 2024 title. What titles do I have on this character already? Oh, just Christmas. Okay. What are we doing right now? Methods? I was walking around Riccarton the other day. Just logged on like my original mech just for a little bit with my Balatra champion title. I was like, I bet this is such a weird title for so many people to see, because that might be like one of the rarest titles on the server, because you only got the Balatra champion title from a special event that Chaos ran a grand total of 2 times. And you had to have the highest SOD score for your class for that week. Or it was like a weekend or something. And then you'd get that. Oh boy, okay. Yeah, well let's talk old school Pristontale EU memories. This is one of my prouder moments on Pristontale EU. This was close to when I started on the server. So when I started with a mech, of course. And I think I didn't do an auto mech at the time. I actually did a spark mech. And so at this point in time on the server, the highest level people were like low 10x, I think. And at the time, I was like level 86 or something. And I went into SOD. I did one run, and it was my first run at SOD in years. And I ended up taking top mech And keep in mind, this was 86 compared to like level 100s that were the rest of the server. I ended up taking top mech, and I think I took 3rd place or 2nd place overall. And I just remember getting that score, and trade chat just was like, what the fuck? Because they knew I was way lower level than all of them. They had no idea what was going on. I'm like, yep. And the whole thing, the whole reason why I was able to do it is because I was using I was using a Spark Mech build. And at the time, the meta build for SOD was using like I think an impulsion based build or something like that. And so I just was like, no, this is not the meta you should be using in SOD. So I went and did it differently and took top score. And then for a few months after that, I was pretty much top mech pretty much every week for a while, until eventually other people started to really get a feel for what was going on with the meta, and then I lost it. But I held it for long enough that I had it for one of Chaos's events, and I ended up getting that Bellatra champion title. So that was a fun memory. I'll always remember when I finished that round and just like the trade chat just being like, what the hell is going on? There's this person who's 15 levels below the other people is somehow beating us at SOD. And this wasn't like just at reset SOD. This was like well after reset, when people had done their runs for the week and stuff. So anyway, that was fun. Am I still not 25? Alright, we got 2 Mystic Crystals. We're going to wait and use them once we get the Curse Land. And we're going to pray for a Flygon. And we've got 20 more methods to go. Yeah, 2020 in Pristontale, that was a different time. It's just like, there was just, the world was in such chaos, and it's just like, I just put all my time and energy into Pristontale at that point in time. And just, it was a hell of an experience. One I will definitely remember. I think, so that moment with SOD was a big one for me. That was very memorable. The other most memorable moment for me on PTEU was Season 3. Grinding Season 3. And Iv, I don't know if you're still here, Iv, but those memories of us, like, grinding through those levels every single day for hours and hours, just that is some of the best memories I have from Pristontale. We had so much fun. We went so hard, the group of us, and just, God, those were good times. Some of those early seasons, man, they were a blast. It was during a time period for me when I wasn't working. I was on like a medical leave at the time from work. So like I literally had unlimited time. Well, you know, limited in terms of 24 hours a day, but basically unlimited time to play Pristontale, and boy, did I take advantage of that. I did. We would do fucking 16, 18-hour days. I think back on it now, and it just feels crazy to me how much time we would spend playing. Hop on at like 10 o'clock in the morning. Play until, Jesus, what would that be? Like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Repeat the next day, repeat the next day, repeat the next day. A lot of fun, though. Some of those early seasons. WoW back in 05, 09, yeah. Those early seasons were something special. And I'm sure the seasons nowadays are good too, but those early ones when things weren't quite as, you know, we didn't have things as linear as they are now, right? Like now with PTEU, the leveling is very, you know, go to this map for 5 levels, go to this map for 5 levels, go to this map for 5 levels. Back in those early seasons, it really wasn't set up that way yet. So there was a lot. This was one of the things that one of the things that I really liked about those early seasons was there was actually kind of a lot of strategy involved in the leveling up process, and like knowing when to take your team from one map to the next map to the next map and so on. It was a lot of fun doing that kind of thing, because yeah, it's just what ended up usually happening is the teams that I would be on, I would usually kind of be like the lead on the team, and I would like tell us when we're moving maps, or tell everybody when we should move maps and stuff, and it's just so much fun. So much fun. The later seasons kind of lost that specialness to them. Yeah, it's still good times though. So I'm taking care of my mom, so I didn't have to go down to gotcha. I played WoW during the day with friends at night, and they got home from work. Yeah. Yeah. Crazy how much a video game can be part of your life. Hey, we finally don't have mana issues, so that's... Man, I cannot believe how long I've actually been playing this character and how not much level we've gained. But didn't they... So, I was reading some things about the updates. So apparently the lower levels take longer now, but the higher levels are way shorter, I believe is how things are set up now. Which is good. I mean, the higher levels just took so damn long. Like, I like the idea that more people can make it to the late game. It's a risky thing to do. This was something that I always would tell Chaos when talk of making the higher levels go faster, is that you don't want people to get to end game too quickly, because then people don't have anything to do, because Pristontale is a game that is basically built around leveling. And if you reach a max level, what are you gonna do? You don't want your players to quit. So that was, but yeah, I don't know. So hopefully it's worked out. I mean, maybe my fears were unfounded. Maybe people are fine with playing. I guess with some of the new systems that are involved, there's kind of like there's something that's kind of like a Paragon system right now, right? Where like you can gain unlimited levels, for something. I think there's something like that exists. So as long as we have something like that for people to do, then I guess it's not as big of a deal. But before we had a system like that, then yeah, I was a little nervous of getting people to max level. Too bad later nuts are just not fun. Honestly, I do agree with that. I really am not a fan of the later maps in the game. The one that I like, I think, the most is Iron 3. And that's just because that was another one of those maps where an idea I had got implemented with it, and it just makes me kind of nostalgic for it. Or not nostalgic, but just kind of makes me... It's endearing to me. And that idea was, I wanted to make sure that you could enter Iron 3 from an Iron map. Because to me, one of the things that's really cool about like early game maps is that you're walking between the maps. But then the later game maps get really lazy. The development side of things got lazy. They didn't want to just connect maps anymore, so then you're just like teleporting to them. And that's just boring to me. Like, I love the idea of being able to, like, as a lower level, look into a higher level map. I mean, we all remember those times being in Nav and looking into Battlefield of the Ancients, right? Like, we all remember those days and being like, whoa, look at that map. I can't get there till I'm level 55, but look how cool that is. And I wanted that feeling between the Iron maps to see into Iron 3. You're like, whoa, I'm only level 80, but whoa, I gotta be, what, 115? Oh my god, must be some massive, you know, hard dudes in there. And so, like, that's what, that's the thing that I pushed for. And I was so happy that Nacion was able to modify Iron 1 to give us that thing. So I've always been a little bit, I've always felt a little bit of love for that map. Ooh, we got an attack tower. Nice. I agree. Ice maps are I don't know. Ice maps are kind of meh. I get sick of needing to wear fucking sunglasses when I play those maps. Endless Tower is boring. Endless Tower is just boring. I would say ET1 and ET2 are boring. ET3 is a little bit more interesting, but the layout is just weird. Yeah. Here, this priestess. I don't know if they're here, but I'm just gonna drop this on the floor, and if they want to pick it up, they can pick it. Cool, they were here. S2. Hey, what does S2 mean? Is that supposed to mean something? All right, let's pick up like 50 of those. All right, we are going to server-wide XP buff. Hell yeah. All right, we are going to take a 2-minute break here. And then when I return, we will go to Curseland and continue this evening. So be right back. Okay, I am back. Oops, wrong button. All right, let's move on to Curseland. Oh, is there more skills I can get? Probably more skills I can get. Let's head back to, Can we get Wind Arrow? No, it's 26. So only Dion's Eye. Attack rating boost. Okay, we don't need that. Unless they finally changed the game and what the hell is going on? Alright, well, that's cool. Unless they changed the game and finally made attack rating apply to AoE skills. You know, it's just not even surprising seeing something like those those black marks on the surface, because just like this game is held together with duct tape. So it's not surprising in the least. Every time you fix one thing, another 4 things break. Yeah, and then just fall through the map. Yep. Cause Pristontale. Exactly. What was it? What was happening? One time I was like racing to get to a boss, and I had like seconds to get there. I can't remember what map this was in. This was one of the higher maps. And I fall through the floor. Like right when I'm about to get there. Yeah, Pristontale being Pristontale. I still think the server-wide buffs is one of the greatest updates that was ever made to this game. Like, I think there's been a lot of good updates. I personally believe that that is the best update that was ever done. Because it's just such a... It brings people together. It always just makes everybody happy. And it generates money for the... It makes people happy. It generates money for the server. And it does not make anything unbalanced. It's not pay to win because everybody gets it. I tell Chaos this all the time. I'm like, you nailed it with that. That is exactly the kind of thing the server needs. All right. Go kill some bargains. Ooh, let's see. Which... I mean, I want to just take classic Hellspawn. I'm sure there's better spawns, but nostalgia drives me to go to classic Hellspawn. Because this right here, what we're about to do here this is what I always talk about as being the influence that I always went off of for development on PTEU. Every single change I wanted to make, I wanted to emphasize what playing in Cursed Land at level 25 in EPT felt like. When you were with a team of, 6 people, a couple priestess. Everything that I wanted to do, I wanted to, like, emphasize that. Because to me, this right here, this is Pristontale. This is, like, the PT for me. So I just have a lot of nostalgia around this. A full party. First land Hellspawn. Priestesses killing stuff with AoE. Just, oh. So much fun. Yay, mana. I just always remember, just like, you'd hop on Pristontale every day. But then one day you'd come to Cursed Land, you'd be like, oh my god, there's a party of like 3 priestesses. And I remember that would happen, and I'd be like, call up my friend, because I was playing with a real life friend at the time. And I call him up and be like, dude, you gotta get to Cursed Land. You gotta get to Cursed Land now. We got a bunch of priestesses in a party. And you would just gain so much experience because they're Divine Lightning, just like killing everything in the map. Oh man, those are some good memories. Well, there goes those Mystic Crystals. Those were a real waste. Oh well. see, what are the specs on these legendary items these days? Freya robe. 108. 108 gear. That was like the last high-level map that I really put time into. What was that? Secret Lab? That was back in the day of... that was back in the day when you could buy characters with just like straight-up money. And I bought a level... I think it was just level 108 mech. And then I would... I did some hunting in the 108 map, because at the time that was the highest map in the game. God, there was a time I got so fucking addicted to this server. I spent literally every moment of every day playing this server for a series of for like a year, and I spent so much money. But it was 2020. What else was I gonna spend money on? I don't think I was going out and doing anything. I remember buying the wing costume. I had a wing costume on my mech because I just was like, I mean, this was before I was a developer on the server, and I just was like, I really like what Pristontale EU is giving for content, and I wanted to support it, so I definitely did. Hey, Mr. Crystal. All right. Come on, give me something good. That's not great. I want a Flygon or a King Hoppy. Elven boots with rarity. I love seeing like low-level items with high rarity in the feed. It's just funny to me. I mean, it's cool, but it's funny. It's exciting that... It's exciting for like low-level people that they can get high rarity items like frequently nowadays. Yeah, I never actually played the game that this song is from, but I really like the song. I never played DuckTales. Woohoo, we've levels. What's that, 26? What was the next skill we can get? Oh, Wind Arrow. I do love me some Wind Arrow. I wonder if I can do a little preview of my crazy code setup thing that I have planned for future streams. I wonder if I can do... I should see... I think I might be able to do a preview of it real quick. If I end up even doing it. Yeah, you know what? We're just gonna fuck around a little bit. I'm gonna... oh, I guess wow, why do I have so many Pali cores? Okay. Guess we're going to Pali. Okay. So, as I was explaining at the start of this stream, I have this idea of doing Pristontale streams in the future, but when I play those, or when I do those streams, there will be a goal, and the goal will be to hit level 40 without dying. Now, you're probably like hitting level 40 without dying. That's relatively simple. Yes, that is relatively simple. But I have a plan to make it not simple. And that plan is to have random effects happening to my character that make it more difficult to play. So, what we need to do... Whoa. Yeah, bear with me here. Okay. Let's see here. We've got... Sorry, just 1 second here. 1 second. I gotta switch screens. Okay, cool. So I've got some code that I've written that does some random stuff. And we're going to try to see if this works. So, bear with me. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna okay. So we've got this set up going here. I need to stop this code. Okay. Now, if I hit the pause, there we go. Okay, cool. This is a great one to start with. So, as you see now, as we got, so on the screen right now, oh shit, I have it set to, okay, hold please. Hold please. I have it set to change every 5 seconds right now for testing purposes. But we need to switch this to, let's see, where is that? Oh, where is that part of the code that I determine how long it waits for? Fucking Python scripts. There we go, modifier. Okay, we'll just set it to 60 seconds right now. Okay. Okay. We are back up and running again. Let me switch back to the screen. Okay. Pause. Is it not running? Oh, because I don't have the code. Started. There we go. Okay. So, this is a fun one. All right. So, assuming the code's working. There. My character right now is randomly doing the Yahoo effect. So, basically, while I'm playing the game, every few seconds... Oh, nope. Now it's not the Yahoo effect. Now we have a thing on called the meter block. And why is it changing every 10 seconds? Did I not change this so that it wouldn't do this every 10 seconds? What the fuck? Oh god, and that's another one. As you can see, some crazy shit goes on. All right. Let's see here. Is it... How do I kill all my... Okay. Timer stopped. Start. There we go. Okay. So yes. So basically, while I'm playing the game, these random effects will happen. Like right now, the Yahoo effect is randomly happening. So I have to figure out how to play the game while like every 5 to 10 seconds or whatever, my character is Yahooing. And so the thing that's happening to me will change every X amount of minutes. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it to every 10 minutes. The thing is going to change. And we'll see how it goes. It might be an absolute fucking disaster. Or it could be really fun. I don't know yet. Let's see here. Timer stopped. See if I can show off some of the other ones. Nope, Yahoo again. Why does it keep doing Yahoo? There we go. This one's a fun one. This is the one that I call the grid. And basically, I need to play through this, and I can't interact with the game if I'm clicking on any of the grid spots. So this will get real chaotic. I'm not 100% sure if I want to do this one yet, because visually, from a streaming standpoint, this one might be a bitch for people to watch. And in the end, this is supposed to be content for people to watch. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I end up doing this one. But that one was a fun one. This one, potion keybind swap. So you can probably guess what this one does. Basically, my setup, right? I have health on 1, stamina on 2, mana on 3. So let me hit 1. Oh, I just used the mana when I hit 1. Let me hit 2. Oh, I did use a stamina when I hit 2. Let me hit 3. Oh, I just used a health pot when I hit 3. So, yep, and also I have another modifier that literally just swaps skills around. So it'll change my skill that's highlighted every once in a while. Which is just going to be chaos. Because basically, like, oh, you know, I've got this one highlighted. Oh, nope, it's switched to the other skill. It's switched to the other skill. It's switched to the other skill. So that should be a fun one. Let's see. Let's see if we can get a different one. Oh yeah, so this is an example of one of the modifiers that it doesn't actually change anything about the game. It's just whatever's the first weapon that drops, I have to use that for the 10 minutes. Which, again, this is a to be determined if we actually do this one, because it might be really boring to watch if I, you know, get something that's not meant for my class. But it makes it more interesting. Some of the other rules for this setup is, it's since I have to reach level 40 without dying, I do not get to party anybody, because that would just make it a lot easier. And then the other rule would be I have to go to a red hell spawn at a minimum. And I have to solo a red hell spawn. So that's how we keep it a little bit more difficult, despite what's going on. All right, let's see. No, we've had that one before. Oh, this is a fun one. Tripled potions. So, I hit a potion. 1, 2, 3. Every time I hit the button once, it uses 3 potions. So, as you can imagine, if you thought my potion problems were hard right now, this one is going to make it real fun, as I'm just spamming potions galore with everything I do. And this one's another to be determined if this one might be too hard. And it just might get too ridiculous with how many potions I'd be just draining. So this might switch to like 2 potions, or maybe like on occasion it'll do an extra one or something that's random. So we'll see. A lot of these need to be tested to really know what they're doing, but yeah, that's pretty much the idea. We'll see if I end up doing this. I'd like to. I think I need to just mess with the code a little bit more, make sure it's working nice. But yeah, it should be fun. It'd be a fun one. Fahad, how's it going? Thanks for coming by. Yep, I am. You say welcome back. We'll see. I don't know how long I'll be. I don't know how long I'll be. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna make any promises. 50-50 potion key doesn't work. Well, no, see, the problem with doing 50-50 potion key doesn't work is then you would just start spamming the potion key. And you would just keep spamming it until it does something. I feel like that would be a fairly simple way to get around it. But maybe, I don't know, maybe you could do something that, like, doesn't allow for spam or something. But, yeah, the one I think I'm most nervous about, more than anything, is, let's see if we can get it. Nope, not that one. Not that one. We might have to... Nope, not that one. Not that one. I don't know if I can get it easily. It did briefly appear. God damn it. Come on. Only like 8 of them. There it is. This one. This one scares me the most. This one's called the meter block. So you can see, if you look at my meters right now, you can barely see anything. You can only see the bottom part of health. Right now, all of my meters are full. But you can only see these little bits because I have these little blocks over the meters. So this one scares the hell out of me. Because A, I have no idea if my mana's run out or stamina, which, you know, okay, whatever. No big deal, you just spam. But I'm not going to be able to see my health until I get, like, deep in the red. And, you know, I might end up modifying this so it's not so bad. Maybe I give myself a little bit more to work with. But this one scares me more than anything. Because it's like, okay, you got to be on edge for a while you're doing stuff to make sure you don't fuck this one up. So, yeah. We'll see. Yeah, keybinds don't work. Yeah, I think I have on my list of ones to activate is one that I'm no longer allowed to use any hotkeys. So I have to play with the mouse only. Which would be... Yeah, so you have to use potion... You would have to do everything, like, you'd have to have your skill window up to swap skills. You'd have to have your inventory up to use that, or, I mean, I guess, can you write... Yeah, you can click on that. So, we'll see. We'll see how that one goes. That could be fun. But yeah, we'll see if this happens. Like I said, I'm gonna spend a little bit more time on the code, make sure it's working the way I'd like it to work, and then yeah, we'll go from there. But I do believe I know it's a relatively short stream, but I do believe I'm gonna call it there for the evening because I need to get some dinner and chill. But this was a lot of fun. I enjoyed coming back tonight. It was a good time playing some PT, talking, whatnot. Swap and lock the loadout? What do you mean by that exactly? Because yeah, I'm definitely interested in more ideas. There's only so many ways I can modify the game, like, because I can only do it like visually or by sending commands. I can't like edit the code obviously for this. That would be ridiculous. But yeah, so there's only so many options I have, unfortunately. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, but like I said, I think I'm gonna hop off for the night and go do some other stuff. So yeah, thanks for coming by, Exeth. It was nice to talk to you again. As always. And yeah, we'll see if I hopefully I'm back. Hopefully I'm back relatively soon. I got all the streaming stuff set up again, so it should be relatively easy. Hopefully I can fix my freezing camera problem. But anyway, yeah, happy new year as well. Yeah, and that's gonna do it for me. So have a good rest of your evening, everybody. See ya.